missed that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Best tries to do here in this situation. There you see another hatchery trying to go down 4-0 at the 2 o'clock position, and he's got some lurkers there to fend off that zealot, so he's going to be able to kill that zealot, not too big of a deal. But Best is going to know that's there. It looks like Best is just going to go for that hatchery. Best figures that he's just going to play a longer macro game. He's going to try and, you know, choke Junie out, deny him any new expansions, and he's going to establish another base for himself. Best is, it looks like, in the 10 o'clock position on the left-hand side of the map. And so, yeah, it looks like Best is content just to play this big macro-style game here. And here's a couple of zealots getting into the main of Zero. Going to do some harass, maybe kill a drone. I don't think it's going to kill a drone. It's going to get a good spot. It's going to see the Ultralos Cavern there. And yeah, here is Best's army, mostly in the middle of the map, although I'm pretty sure he has taken down that hatchery at the 3 o'clock position, or 2 o'clock position rather. I'm pretty sure that there's no way Zero could defend that. So Best is just going to try and get more bases than Junie. He's not really going to worry about trying to take down any, you know, of his existing hatcheries right now. He's just going to try and defend his expansions. Oh, and this looks like there could be a big drop, but the Zealot is there to spot it. And here we see the first-person view of Best. And yeah, that Zealot there spots this drop. And let's see what he does. I think that Best has established a slight lead in this game, and really, at this point, he has no Corsairs in the air, so he's not very mobile. That's what he needs the Corsairs for. At this point in the game, having a fleet of Corsairs just to wipe out those Overlords would be really what he needs. But yeah, it looks like Zero's going to have to turn back here. You see that Dragoon coming down there, and ooh, some Zerglings getting amongst those High Templar, killing one High Templar. The other High Templar is going to get a storm off, and I think it probably is going to go down, but it's going to kill a lot of Zerglings in the process, so that's a good play by Zero. There's another drop coming in, and again he sees it with another Zealot, and yeah, it looks like Best is trying to deny Zero that expansion there at the 5 o'clock position that he's trying to establish on the other side of the temples right there, and there's a good Dark Swarm going up there, but he's just going to run the Zealots by, and here comes a big drop. Lots of cannons here though at the 10 o'clock base for oh, but great Dark Swarm over a lot of those cannons, but there's still 4 cannons that can fire, but they can of course hurt the units under the Dark Swarm, and there's going to be Cracklins in there, and I'm pretty sure they're going to take this Nexus down. They're going to take down the Nexus. Oh, but he's not focusing the Nexus, he's focusing the gateways. What is he doing? I think he could have probably taken that Nexus down if he had enough Cracklins there, but it looks like another Dark Swarm going off, and it looks like Best is going to be able to reinforce this. And here comes another battle at the 5 o'clock base. Lots of Side Storm going off. Ooh, oh, killing so many Overlords. Oh, he really needs to kill more of those Overlords. Okay, there's the Nexus going down at the 10 o'clock, and here's another drop coming into the natural expansion of Best. Best needs the Corsairs at this point. You got some more Archons building, but yeah, good play by Zero, taking down the expansion of Best at the 10 o'clock base. It's just so hard to say who's in the leader now. Oh, and here come the Ultralisks. Like 6 Ultralisks pouring out of Junie's bases. Maybe this was what Junie was planning for. Maybe this is why Junie didn't have a bigger army on the ground, didn't have more Hydralisks, really just stuck with, you know, mostly a Zergling army with some lurkers and, you know, a bunch of Mutalisks to run around and be annoying with, and they're just trying to save up and just get a big force of Ultralisks. And yeah, this is gonna be difficult. Well, he does have a lot of Archons, a lot of Dragoons, so really it's gonna be tough. Oh, that High Templar needs to get a storm off. Okay, here comes a big battle here. Ooh, great Dark Swarm all over those Archons. Those Archons are not very effective under Dark Swarm. He's moving the Archons out of the Dark Swarm right now, and here we're seeing Zero's first-person view. Zero has a lot of bases. He's still got the 4 bases up, and 4 bases is really all he needs. He's got 4 gas, I believe. Yeah, that's 4 bases with 4 gas. Great play, although it mostly hits a bunch of Archons, but hits some Zealots too. Here's some Storm going down. Oh, such a big battle right here, and it looks like the Dragoon reinforcements coming in from Best, going to clean up that force and force those Ultralisks back. I have to say, I have no idea who's in the lead in this game. Another good Dark Swarm going off, going to force those Archons back. Okay, and here's Best right now. Here's Best's first-person view. Best is trying to reestablish that base of the 10 o'clock expansion. He's going to once again try and deny the 2 o'clock expansion 2-0. I have no idea who is going to pull out this game. I have no idea who's in the lead. It looks like it's 4 bases on 3 right now for the Zerg player, but Best is trying to establish that 4th base again. If he gets that 4th base back up and running, he is going to have a lead, and there's more Zerglings, more Defilers. Okay, and Zero, great player. Ooh, good Storm on the Zerglings coming in there, though, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He still has more Zerglings. He still has the Defiler. He still has the Ultralisks. And once again, Zero is going to deny this base to Best. So it looks like he plagued his own Ultralisk there. It looks like, yeah. So oh, another big drop coming in. It looks like Zero is beating Best at his own game here. He's the one denying Best expansions and keeping his own, really putting the pressure on Best. And here comes another attack coming in at the 4 o'clock, sorry, the 8 o'clock expansion of Best, but I don't think that's going to bother Best too much. You're going to clean that up. But yeah, that base at the 10 o'clock expansion, the Best is really relying on and trying to protect. He really has tried hard to protect it. It is going down, and There is nothing left there. He's going to have to rebuild that completely from scratch if he wants that expansion. But on the same token, he has also, I believe, kept Zero from expanding. So Best is stuck on his 3 bases. And Zero is stuck on his 4, and there's just, oh, that is a lot of Ultralisks. I don't know if Best is going to be able to handle that. And yeah, here's another hatchery trying to go up for Junie. I'm sorry, I keep saying Junie, for Best at the, for Zero. Now I keep saying the wrong player entirely. Yeah, another hatchery trying to go for the Zerg player. Best is going to take that down. But I think the bigger question, whether or not he can deny that expansion, is what he's going to do about all those Ultralisks. In my opinion, he really needs some, yeah, come on, Best, take down the hatchery. He really needs some Reavers to deal with that number of Ultralisks, and he doesn't have it. He doesn't have a bunch of Dragoons, he's got a bunch of Archons, you've got some Storm, which is going to help him. I don't know, this is such an intense game, so evenly matched, and this is going to be a huge battle here in the middle, and I think Best is going to be at a disadvantage. He's going to need to win. He's got some forces north, he's got some forces south. He's going to try and get a pincer in. Okay, great storms going off. Oh, that is a lot. Oh, great storms by Best. Wow, storming all those Ultralisks, but he's still being driven back. Ultralisks have so many hit points. These are no Zerglings, these are no Hydralisks. These Ultralisks can stand up to a beating. He's weakened them significantly, but I don't know if he has enough of an army to finish them off. Just so many Ultralisks. Sure, they're damaged, but even a half-life Ultralisk still has, like, you know, as many hit points as a Dragoon, and these Ultralisks are just bearing down on Best right now. Best taking the high ground on this ramp in the middle of the map, trying to fight against this just huge swarm of Ultralisks, and this is something you don't see very often, just this Ultralisk play against the Protoss. And then you see the Ultralisk finally going down, finally weakened, another Psystorm's going off, a good micro by Best. They're getting that one more, though I think it's still going to go down before it morphs all the way in, and yet he just cannot fight against this number of Ultralisks. He needs Reavers. He needs, like, at this point in the game, when the Zerg gets to this army, the Zerg late game army is extremely powerful. Make no mistake about it. The Protoss late game army is powerful too, but against this kind of late game army, they need about 4 to 6 Reavers just doing splash damage and just destroying his Ultralisks, and he doesn't have that. And I think Best is going to lose this game, actually. Oh, good storm there, but now Best is being driven back into his original 3 bases. At this point, Zero has established map control. Best has the expansion going at the 10 o'clock base, but I don't think it's going to last for long. Zero sees it. He's going to come down there and probably deny that again, and if he takes out that hatchery again in the 10 o'clock base, I think this is going to be GG. There's a Dark Swarm going down. Crackman's attacking that Nexus, and that Nexus is going to go down at the 10 o'clock base, so I think Best is going to lose here 2-0. I would say a pretty big upset, and yeah, here's just forces just kind of coming in, just harassing and attacking Best's natural, and at this point, Best is locked into his 3 bases that he has in the lower left, and Zero can expand where he wants. And I believe that Zero is going to take this game right now. What a turn of events. Just great play, I believe, you know, by Zero, biding his time, saving up his resources, getting that, you know, relatively fast, not too fast, a relatively fast hive, and just building a ton of Ultralisks. And I don't know if that was his strategy all along, or if he realized that Best wasn't going for a typical Sarah Reaver build, and that without those Reavers, he wasn't going to be able to really deal with those very well. And yeah, GG coming from Best. I have to say, very impressive play by Zero, by the Zerg player. Really just good overall game strategy, and Best, I thought, had the opportunity to do some damage in the mid game there, but he did not get it done, and Zero is going to take this match and go on to play the next player from SKT. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for listening.